FitTeen. I know it's been a super long time since I posted a video, but I'm really glad I've finally gotten around to it. Today's video is a flexibility video, which will help increase your flexibility, obviously, and it will also help release a lot of tension that you may have in your joints and muscles. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, we're going to start working up top and then make our way all the way to our toes. Let's go ahead and tilt our head, getting our neck all warmed up. Lean to the front, back. Be careful when you lean to the back. Now, I want you to put your hands behind your head and pull slightly on the back of your neck until you feel something in the top of your back. It's a really great stretch. And come up. Now let's get into our shoulders by doing 10 arm circles. It's really going to help release the joints and the tension in our shoulders. Switch the other direction. I know I definitely get a lot of tension in my shoulders, especially because I toss and turn a lot at night. Okay, now take one arm and cross it over, feeling a wonderful pull in your in your shoulder and the top of your back. Okay, switch to the other direction. Oh, I definitely feel it in this one. And the farther you pull up onto your arm, the deeper you'll feel it in your shoulder. Okay, now front and back. Just finish releasing the tension. Now I want you to take your arm and put it on the side. Or this is really going to stretch under your wrist and under your elbow. Feel it and then release gently. Do the same exact thing to the other side. Feeling a wonderful stretch. You might even feel it running from your shoulder to the top of your elbow. Okay, now I want you to clasp your hands behind you, lift your chin up, heart to the ceiling, and feel a wonderful stretch. Inhale, exhale. Now moving to our ribs. I don't think enough people do this. It's very, very important to stretch your core. So first we're going to reach to the right, feeling a wonderful stretch through our obliques. To the left. You might even feel this going down into your hips. Feeling a wonderful stretch through your spine. If you relax your neck, you might feel a stretch there as well. Okay, now I want you to twist, warming up our core, and you can hold briefly for a few seconds, get your spine warmed up. Okay, now reach up to the sky, and I want you to do the best you can and try and touch the floor or the ground, wherever you are. And release your head over. Hold for 10 seconds. And you might find you're right here. Go where you're comfortable. And roll up. Head's the last thing that comes up. Alright, now what I want you to do is I want you to tilt your body to the right. Only your ribs are moving. It's not your whole body. It's just your ribs. Now move to the left. Just your ribs. Not even your hips. Just your ribs. Now I want you to do it forward and back. Forward. It's not your whole body. It's just your ribs. And back. And forward. And back. Now go in a circle. Go clockwise first. Just your, it's not your whole body. Just your ribs. Warming them up. Alright, now what I want you to do, since our upper body is pretty warm, we're going to go into our hips and down low. So I want you to do a hula hoop move. So, pretend you have a hula hoop around you and swing your hips. And don't be all stiff when you're doing this. Make sure you really let your muscles release. And now we're going to do a nice wide plie stretch. Really feeling it throughout your quads and your inner thighs. Bend your shoulder down. You might feel this in the thighs, in your obliques. Really feeling a wonderful stretch. Now what I want you to do, put your hands together and sit down low. You'll really feel it all through here. And now come up. Okay. Now come onto your stomach, and what I want you to do, I want you to place your hand near your stomach. I want you to push up slightly, almost like a cobra push-up, and I want you to stretch your back. Release tension over. You might also feel this in your stomach muscles, in your core, your abs. Just allow your body to release. Now come down. Put your hands out like you're Superman almost. And I want you to lift up and hold yourself. This is really stretching through your core. It's allowing your back muscles to elongate. Lift up, hold. Come down one last time. And come down. Okay, now sit up. And what I want you to do, I want you to bring your right leg forward and lunge forward. Just slightly. Don't do it too deep. We're just opening up our hips. If you're a little more advanced, go ahead and go down a little farther. But if you're comfortable here, that's okay. We'll work up to going farther. Really feeling a wonderful stretch. Now what I want you to do, place your toes into the ground, lift up and push back. Push your calf muscle into the ground and lean forward. This is a wonderful, wonderful stretch. Hold here. Now I want you to go up one last time. So from the lunge, go up. And if you feel like you aren't at this level yet, that's okay. Practice and work up to it. Now come down and switch legs. Same exact thing. We start easy and we go lower. You can put your knee on the ground or lift your knee up, whatever you're most comfortable with. Ready, up. Really feeling a wonderful stretch. I definitely feel it more under my knee and behind my thigh on my left side. I don't really feel it a lot in my calf. Now do it one last time. Here, lift up. But I definitely notice my left hip is tighter than my right. That's perfectly normal. Okay, now come down. Here, come down. Alright, next what we're going to do, bring your right leg forward, but instead of placing it down, I want you to lift your toes off of the ground, so it's only your heel on the ground. And you're going to lean forward. This is a very advanced move, okay, so be really careful. If you feel like you're here, that's great. Put your hand either on your ankle or on your foot. I want you to lean forward as far as you can go. You'll really feel this behind your knee. You might feel it above your ankle. It really depends on what muscles are most flexible in your legs. We're going to hold this for 10 seconds. Alright, switch to the other leg. Same deal. Up. Oh, this one is definitely very difficult for me. Forward, toss your braid behind you. Do you guys like using braids when you work out? I like braids and ponytails, but sometimes my ponytails fall out because I have such thick hair. Oh, release the tension. I really feel it right here. Allow your body to lean in. Okay. Down and go into a straddle. Go into a beginner straddle, so don't go too far, but you really want to challenge yourself. So if this is too easy, just go out a little bit farther. Alright, now I want you to really feel a stretch through your inner thighs, your hips, and what I want you to do is go and reach over to the right side, feeling a stretch through your obliques and through your abs. Come up, go to the other side. You'll want to do this maybe 3 or 4 times. That way you really improve your flexibility. Now, switch to one side. Really feeling a nice stretch through your spine. Now, what I want you to do, bring your hands up and go down to the floor, keeping your knees facing the sky. And go over. There's grass in my mouth. I hope you all don't have the same situation. 10 seconds. Release the tension. And come up. Now what I want you to do, bring one leg in and lean over. Really feeling a nice stretch. If this is way too easy for you, then what you can do, you can just reach to one side instead. They're both wonderful stretches. Do the same with the other side. Lean forward. It really depends on how tight your hips are, if you'll feel something here. Come up, lean to one side. Okay, now come into a butterfly stretch. You'll really feel this in your hips and your inner thighs. You might feel it in your spine as well. What I want you to do is come over just as far as you can go. If you're right here, that's great. Just go over. Really feeling a wonderful stretch. And then curl your body. Feeling a wonderful, wonderful stretch. Okay, now bring your legs together. Turn to the side of your mat. This is a very advanced stretch, but one that's very good for your legs. So I want you to bring your arms up and reach down and touch your toes. This is the beginner. Just curl your neck, allow your body to elongate, squeeze your quads, and then come up and do that 2 or 3 more times. If you're more advanced, then I want you to go as far down as you can. Shimmy a little, allow your body to stretch. Come back up. We're going to reach over one more time, up, and go down. 10 seconds. And come up. Now I want you to grab behind your ankle and lift up your leg. If you feel like you need to bend your knee, that's perfectly okay. If you're more advanced, go ahead and stretch your leg up. Keep your knees straight, squeeze your quad, and point and flex your foot so you really feel a stretch behind your calf. A lot of people forget to stretch their calves. That's not good. And flex. Hold it, point, and drop it down. Now, do the same to the left side. You may feel that this side is less flexible. Most people are like that. Their dominant side is a lot more flexible than their alternate side. Flip, point, flip, point. Now on this flex, hold, point, and lower. All right, now for our very last move, we're going to practice our splits. Bring your right leg forward as if we're going into a lunge. That's step 1 of getting into your split. You lunge, you dip, and then this is totally optional, but you can grab your other leg and feel a stretch in your thigh before you do splits, just to let this leg release a lot of the tension. Be very careful, it's a hard stretch. Then you move out a little farther, scoot your legs out, and you sit into it. It took me probably 3 months to really get into my splits. I'm a dancer, so being able to do splits is very important. So it was one of the most vital things that I learned and one of the very first things that I learned. And even if you aren't a dancer, learning to do your splits, it really gives you a great challenge and also increases your overall flexibility. And now, if if you're like right here or one of your legs is bent, that's okay. That's how I started too. But then eventually you'll be able to stretch forward and you'll be able to stretch back. All right, now to the other side, which is even still difficult for me at times. So go into your lunge, dip into it, really feeling a stretch in your hips and quads. You can grab behind your leg, really feeling a nice stretch in your thigh and your quads. Put it back and start rolling in your body. Make sure your front knee is pointing to the sky and this one's pointing into the ground. Just sit into it. Ta-da! Alright, now you can bring your leg around. Shake your legs out. Body up. Breathe in. Exhale. Now stand up. And that's it. If you practice that once a day or maybe 2 or 3 times a week, your flexibility will definitely improve. Hope to see you guys next week. Bye.